I did it! Okay, let's put my humble tumor foot on the right place. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video, which is all about this tumor in my foot. And I thought I'd just do a quick video. It's not going to be a quick video, actually. It's going to be a detailed video where I'm going to talk about how we found out that there's a tumor in the foot. So let's begin with how it all started. It started about 2 months ago, where actually a little over 2 months ago. So I would say around September is when I started feeling a little bit of discomfort in the bottom of my foot. So let me demonstrate. So this is the foot. So somewhere around here, I started feeling a little bit of like achy pain. And for those of you who already know me, you know that I love to run. So I would run about 5 days a week sometimes. But when we started training for the Singapore Standard Chartered Marathon, which happens in December, we reduced our weekly runs, but increased our mileage. And we were very gradually increasing our mileage and increasing our pace. So there was definitely no injury. There was definitely no, sprain or a strain. So when in September, I started having this discomfort in the bottom of my foot, and it would happen when I'd start running. I'd start feeling a little bit of discomfort, and then, as your legs warm up and your body warms up, the pain would go away and I'd be fine and I'd finish my run and everything was okay. There was nothing wrong. And mind you, if you look at my foot even now, there is no visible sign of anything wrong with it. There is no lesion, there is no, bump or, something protruding out or anything like that. The feet look completely normal. There was nothing abnormal going on by looking at the foot. So I just thought it's just, random aches and pains that happen because other than running, I'm also strength training. I'm an extremely active person. So maybe it's just that the muscles are tired and maybe I'm putting a little too much pressure on this foot. So, but I was becoming aware of this discomfort. Then what happened was that we had a Garmin Asia run coming in October. It was October 13th, and that was a half marathon that we had to run. And as usual, we laced up, we warmed up, super good condition, and we went for the run. And somewhere around 14 or 15 kilometers in is when I started feeling a little bit of pain in my foot. And now this was the pain where, okay, it's already middle of the run. So I'm thinking maybe the shoe is not good for this long distance run. And that's making it a little painful for me. But anyways, I just continued doing the whole run and we finished the 21 kilometers, super excited. We went for our reflexology session, got a nice massage. And I thought, okay, by morning, I'll be fine. All the aches and pains will be gone. But the next morning when I woke up, my feet, especially this foot, was really hurting a lot. Like I could not put my foot down on the floor. It was hurting. So I got a little concerned and I was like, okay, this is not normal. This is not how my body reacts after a run. So I definitely need to get it checked. But what I did was that we have a huge running club. We have a Singapore Runners Club and I'm part of it. So I dropped a message in that group asking if somebody has had that kind of pain. It's been a couple of weeks that I'm having this nagging pain. So I remember the owner of the Singapore Runners Club, Eugene, and he messaged me right away and he said, listen, I had something like that and I went to a TCM clinic. It really helped. So why don't you go and, we have, and he referred me to a TCM clinic and I went there, got it checked. This was the first time where the guy who was looking at me, he did pick up this radiation machine and he looked at my foot and he said, there's a lot of inflammation in this foot. So as usual, I am like super cautious with these things. I went in and I got an X-ray done just to see if there's any bone issue, if I have any stress fracture, maybe that's what's causing it. And the X-ray came out clean. So again, everybody started telling me, maybe you're just overdoing a lot of activity and a lot of running and a lot of these and this and that. So maybe that's why you're having this problem in the foot. Just relax, just rest. A lot of desi totkas happened at that time, but the pain stayed. Now, again, this was a pain where it was difficult for me to put my foot on the barefoot on the floor. But if I'm wearing a shoe, which has some padding or some cushioning, it was fine. I could walk. And the pain would be very strong in the mornings when, as soon as you wake up. And then during the day, it would be just mild, not so much. By that time, I was getting really irritated by this pain. So I went to a physiotherapist and I got him to look at the foot, showed him the x-ray. He said, x-ray is clean. It's not a bone issue. Maybe you have muscles or tendons issue. There's inflammation. He did his shockwave therapy. He did some other LED light therapy or something. Got a little bit of relief, but not so much, I'd be honest. Now my concern was this pain is there. It's bothering me. And I have a run coming in about 7 weeks. And I need to be sure whether I am fit for the run or not. So right now, my only concern is the run right now, right? I'm just thinking if I'm physically fit for it or not. And that's when I decided, okay, you know what? Let's go to a podiatrist. So I've gone to everyone. So then I went to a podiatrist and that guy looked at my foot, said it looks like it's inflammation. So now, up until now, everybody's saying it's inflammation in the foot. And he said probably overuse and overtraining. He did an ultrasound and he said, yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of bursitis in your foot. And we can do some shockwave therapy. We can do some, 3 months of physiotherapy. It would be better. I said, no, I don't have 3 months, Then he said, okay, why not get a second opinion from an orthopedic surgeon and let's get it checked over there. I was like, okay, let's do that then. That's when I ended up in a sports and orthopedic clinic, went to a sports orthopedic surgeon, and I gave him my entire history. I told him what was happening and what people are thinking. After physical examination of the foot, he said it looks like either Morton's neuroma or because there's a little bit of a lump or some feeling that he could see. And he said it's very common in athletes. It happens to runners. Or it could be because, you have a lot of bursitis, as the podiatrist also said. But to get the right treatment for this and to, expedite the process, since you are so keen on running, let's get an MRI done. So we know the exact problem, where it is, and then, we know what the treatment plan is. I said, okay, let's go ahead. And we went for an MRI. So now keep in mind, we went for an MRI thinking it's an injury and we have to solve that injury. So I was very excited. Okay, we're on the right path now, finally getting some answers. And when the MRI report came in, my doctor was shocked. Like, it was on his face. The poor guy could not even hide it. It was very funny. And he just straight away told me that, this is not an injury. This is not an injury. This is not Morton's neuroma. This is not inflammation. This is a tumor. It looks like a tumor. And I was like, in my foot? And he said, yes. And I was like, isn't it funny? Like, I'm a runner. I'm having a tumor in my foot. Like, is it caused by running? And he's like, no, it's not caused by running. It is probably caught by your running. And because you so frequently run, that you've started feeling this discomfort early on, and we got to the MRI and we caught it so early on, because this kind of thing would not have been, apparent for another 7 to 8 months by the time it would have come out of the skin or would have protruded out of the skin or, maybe have caused more pain. So this is a very good thing that we have caught it so early on, but it is like, I don't know what to say. We need to do further tests because it looks like there's bone involvement. It looks like it's not a benign tumor. So at this stage, my entire perspective about health, about life, about priorities changed. Now I wasn't thinking about the freaking marathon anymore. I was thinking about life. I was thinking about, I don't know how much time I have and like how bad this is. And the guy also said if it's here, it can be somewhere else. So it was like very scary time for us. It was extremely scary time. And I remember that they decided that a panel of doctors, they discussed, they said, okay, you know what? We need to do a full body PET CT scan to see if it's only in the foot or if it's anywhere else in the body. So imagine our anxiety going in for a full body PET CT scan and just keeping fingers crossed, hoping that it's nowhere else and this is the only thing. And thankfully, the PET CT scan came out clear for the entire body except this part. This was lighting up like a Christmas tree. So yes, there was a problem. And now the unanimous decision of doctors with this case was surgical removal, but they're still not sure if it's benign or if it's malignant. So now what they have to do is they have to do a biopsy. And that's where I was referred to this oncologist and a very good orthopedic surgeon in NUH. And this guy is amazing, so kind, and he's been very helpful so far. On my first consultation, he explained to us that there can be many different things. It could be even infection, it could be benign, it could be malignant, it could be many things. So let's start with a biopsy and figure it out. And we did, about last week, we did the core needle biopsy. He got some tissue out. It was a very painful process for me. It was done under local anesthesia and the pain was quite bad. But what happened was the results came out inconclusive. So we are still not sure if it's benign or if it's malignant. A couple of things were ruled out. For example, infection was ruled out. It is not an infection. It is clearly a tumor. But what kind of tumor it is, it's quite rare. So the normal core needle biopsy test could not identify it. That's when they told us last week that they have to go in and do an open incision surgery biopsy to get a bigger chunk of the tumor out and then send it for further testing. There's apparently a test called Gene Archer testing for this. So they will test the piece of tumor they've taken out against some 60, 70 different stains and figure out what kind of tumor it is. Obviously, all the hopes and prayers are that it's a benign tumor, in which case the next step is going to be very simple. I will undergo another surgery. They will try to take all of the tumor out, scrape it all out, and I will have some recovery period. And after that, I will go back to the normal life. Probably not the same level, but at least I will be able to resume activity slow and steady. In case it is malignant, which there is still a chance that it is malignant, they will figure out if it can be treated first with chemo and radiation. And if they can shrink it or kill the cells first, then go in surgically to remove the tumor. A very small percentage is there that because the tumor is kind of under the foot right here, but also coming on top in the third toe. So worst case would be that they have to take the third bone or third metatarsal out along with the toe. That would happen in case it's something very, something that they think can spread or is already reaching to the bone or affecting the bone. In that case, they'll do that. So right now, here we are. We are here with this foot. As you can see, I have to get my dressing done on Monday, 16th, and it's not hurting so much. I can feel the pain in the stitches, but I'm trying to use the crutches and I have a chair to roll around in the house. I'm staying very positive. And the reason why I'm sharing this entire story with you is that I'm in front of you. And if you have been following me, you know I'm a very active overall healthy person, right? And if you come to look at any of other health markers, you wouldn't see any problem. Yet there was this problem hiding, right, inside my foot. And had it not been that I was so aware of my body, I was not so aware of listening to the little cues and going and precautiously getting them checked, I would not have found out in time. So here's just one suggestion as one friend to another, that even if you are having a little bit of doubt, there's something wrong, or your gut's telling you that, there's some problem, there's some nagging pain that you've been just neglecting, don't neglect it. Go get it checked. Because the sooner you find out about these things, the better the treatment plan is, and the better your chances are to come out of it healthy and clean. So just listen to your body, number one, and number two, pray for me. I am being very positive. I am ready to face it, whatever it is. It's a benign. Surgery is coming one way or the other. I'll be very happy, very thankful to God. If it's the other way, we'll see how it goes and we'll fight through it. I have to keep my spirits up. I have 3 beautiful children. I have a loving family. I have a wonderful husband. I have so many things to be thankful for. And I'm so blessed in life that I cannot complain. Even with this little tumor in my foot, I am not ready to complain. I am thankful for a lot of things. I know it is a difficult time, but then there are so many people around us who are facing something and we have no idea. For example, you guys had no idea what I'm facing, what I'm going through, what my family is going through. So look around yourself. You will find so many people. You might think that, they're living their best life. They don't have any issues. They don't have any problems, but you have no idea. And that's what I want to also end the video with, that have compassion for other people, have kindness towards other people, and never think that you're the one who's in the most difficult time. You might be in the most difficult time of your life, but you're not alone. There's so many people who are facing so many different kinds of difficulties, so you're never alone. And if you're facing something like this, connect with me. I would love to talk to you. And if you know somebody who went through something like this, I found out from a friend, an old colleague who went through something like this. She's reaching out to me. We're talking. So I would love to talk. I would love to connect. And I would love to spread more awareness about it. And at the same time, I would like to document this entire journey so that if it can help somebody, it can help. If nothing else, I'm just spreading awareness about this. Because it's a very rare kind of tumor. Happens to the best of us. Anyways, take care of yourself, guys, and take care of your health, and be always grateful for all the blessings in your life. And don't forget to say a little prayer for me, that it all goes in my favor, and whatever it is, I have the strength to fight it. Thank you so much for listening and watching this whole long video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, by the way, now is a good time to subscribe. Some really interesting stuff coming on this. And I'll talk to you soon after the results come in. Take care. Bye-bye. And that is my first sip of the chai. Let's get up. Ugh.